Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Arizona Cardinals. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Rodgers now to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
What? 380! Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Strip that ball. Strip that ball. Over. 51 to Mike. Too little, cut. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. I got it. 14, find it.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
52's the mic. Come on. Switch.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can drive as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
3-15. Double tight. 3 down. There. Hey, check 24. Watch safety creeping. Hey. Safety's creeping. Tight dog. Alert. Back. He's checking.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 24.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 26.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
51. It's been a long day for you. Shit. 36 power. Good tight. Good guys, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll run on first down. Henderson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They're running it. Look pass.
Second down, it's Henderson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. On 3rd down, Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's 4th down.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
From the 27, Rodgers. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
58. Right now, you got 58. He's not going to get me. Why? Get wide.
They'll run here with Balazs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Steve 6.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
To throw is Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Odell Beckham him. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check.
Throwing again. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. D. Ford in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. On the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers. And he whips that one incomplete there.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you. Mark that. Mike 51.
Now Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. Fighting to stay upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Working from the gun. Rodgers powers through. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11. A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player? Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Here's Wilson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. On first down, Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And now it's second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Alert, 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 alert.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
25, 25.
To throw again, Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
Let's go double count right here, double count.
I'm here all day. Check, check. Press down.
Good job right there, good job right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson taking a deep shot. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Zerline now for the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, 0, 0, 0. Alert, 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 alert.
Ball shot.
Got it.
51 the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Washington. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
That's it, baby.
Waiting. 36 power.
Hey, let's go. Short. Shoot. I got you. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Hey, 0, 0, 0.
51's the mic, boys. 51.
Right back to Washington. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They run it with Balaj. Well, there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. This will be caught by Brown. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
14.
Now Wilson to throw again. It's caught. Cooper coming into the week. He's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
You ain't doing nothing, Dave. You ain't doing
14.
Alert flare.
Tempo. Nice.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to launch it for Washington, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Wilson, and he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And there he goes, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cardinals. Amari Cooper, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Mike 10. Mike 10.
Hey, Will.
Now Rodgers. James has got it. Complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
It's our deal. Hey, it's our house.
26.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Smooth.
5-4, Mike 5-4.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49.
At their own 36-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Draw play, Washington. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th.
Check 4, check 4.
They go play action with Wilson. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yes, you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. McManus's point after is good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe to start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Now Wilson on 1st down. Airing it out for Olsen. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. 1st quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
55's my guy. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back. Let's go, 14.
On 2nd down now, it's Henderson. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
14.
Check 31, check 31.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
A game on the play. First down.
319.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This from 54 yards away. And McManus able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running it, Washington, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go, 14. Pick it up. Slam.
They'll run with Henderson. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Here's Wilson, and he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 43. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, you don't want none.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Arizona, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2.